What is up, everybody? We're taking a peek this week at Trackmania 2. Particularly the stadium version. So we're just going to go ahead and jump right in here. I really like the way this is all set up. I just want to point out, whoever did this, bravo, I love it. So Trackmania 2 Stadium. For those of you that are unfamiliar with the Trackmania series, Trackmania is basically a racing game. Plain and simple. You get into an Indy car, more or less, and you race around. In the stadium version, you race inside the stadium. There's also a canyon version and forest-ish version. Different environments, basically the same thing. So you can play by yourself, which is pretty boring, or you can play online. So we're just going to go to Favorites, Game Zone, Stadium right away, just to show you exactly what this game is. The average player's level on this ladder is higher than mine, which means most of the people in this server will be a higher level than my current official level, my current rank. It does not mean that their skill level is better, it just means that they have played more and they have a higher score because of it. So we're just going to jump right into it. Trackmania 2 is a racing game, plain and simple. And this is about as good of an explanation as you can get for the game right here. Oh, that was almost bad. I mean, it was slow, but whatever. Whoa! So all the other cars you see around me are other racers from all around the world. No! Ah! I fell. And so I'm starting back over from the very beginning. You don't have to, you can start at your last checkpoint, but that's only assuming there's anything to help keep you up at high speeds from the last checkpoint. Most of the time it's just better to start over from the beginning. Because stuff like that happens. So there are live leaderboards throughout the race that shows where you are, where other people are. You can see some flags right up there. So like I said, this is an international game. You have Germany, you have France right up in front of me. Germany flying off, and I'm trying to chase down France, and I'm gaining ground fast. I went flying by France, lost all my speed at once. And I don't think that's going to be good enough for me, is it? Nope. Not enough speed, so we got to start back over again. Clock in the bottom right ticking down. You can see it's at 139, and it's going slower. When that clock hits 0, time's up. You get no more tries, and a winner is determined. You can make your own maps in this game, and it's pretty cool. But it is very time intensive, so I won't be able to show you really the map making process. All I could show is maybe a map that I've made here and there. I've made 4 maps total, all on the Steam Workshop, all on my Steam profile. If you want to check them out, go for it. Some of them got into some servers. So, okay, there we go. I just finished my very first run. I finished 22nd. It only shows the top 16. I need to be under 3450, realistically. Yeah, I need to be under 3450 to get onto the leaderboard. So let's see if I can run this a little bit faster. I only have one more try at this point, because there's only a little bit of time left on the clock. I don't have all the time in the world. But I finished, which means I'll be doing better than anyone who did not finish. Whoa! And I screwed myself. Okay, wait, go. 1. If I set a world record pace of 32 something with this run, I'll make it in time. If I set a world record pace. And nope, I'm done. I'm out. I can't possibly finish from this point, so let's hit the brakes on these booster pads. And fall. Fall with the Spaniard. There we go. Okay, so the race is over. It's been about 3 minutes. I know, it's gone by pretty fast, huh? We already see these are the leaders, those are their cars. And we're gonna go into the next match here pretty soon. Here we go, it's loading up at the bottom. And we're in the next track. So please vote for the last track. I'll give that a plus. I like that track. Give it some extra good karma. This track has a ton of bad karma, so we'll see what happens. If it has bad karma, it's probably not a good track. Let's see. Aha! I was right. Maybe. Oh god. I'm pretty sure I'm going the wrong way. Almost certain I'm going the wrong way. Okay, let's try this again. You can tell who's been here, been on this track before and who hasn't. Okay, so we gotta go this way. Around. Whoa, buddy. Okay, so if I just want to get the feel of the track here. So if we go this way, there's another little zipper thing. Zips you along, you fly over. I guess you fly back this way. Ah, it's over here. Okay, I got it. Yeah, I don't see why this has so much negative karma. It's easy enough to figure out. So each map you have 5 minutes to run the fastest possible time you can and compare with everyone else. Ooh, that was close. That was real tight. Sharp turns, and we're gonna pop in at 21st, so we're not quite there yet. If I can chop a whole second off of my lap times, which is not impossible. It is when I do that, but if I can chop a whole second off of my lap times, I'll show up on the leaderboard. Oof, even more than a second. Ouch. See if we can show up on the leaderboard at least a little bit. We got Japanese, we have Czech, Cyprus, that country name, whoever's Canada. Canada went right by. Is that Austria? I want to say that's Austria right in front of me. Whoop! So you can see right there, I chopped off a whole half a second. It's very easy to get a bunch of time back after you know what to expect, after you know what you're doing. That was a little rough. Whoa, buddy. That was only a third of a second, but I was able to save time on that corner, big time. So half a second chopped off, maybe, we'll see. A whole second, I took a whole second off, but I'm still in 23rd. I gotta get under 24 seconds, that's tough. But remember, I'm playing on a server that has a bunch of people that are supposedly better than me. So I'm doing about as well as expected. Turn! Oh, buddy! Oh, man. There's someone from Great Britain. That's straight up the United Kingdom's flag right there. Not England, not any of the other ones. That is United Kingdom. What is that, 7? I guess they're changing their flags to different things. I want to say the green with the red dot is an African country, but I could be very wrong. I want to say Bangladesh. Bangladesh is in Asia. Whatever. I'd say one of the best parts about this game, if you're a racing fan, play this game. This is a very simple, very easy, very bland track. But Trackmania has a whole slew of really awesome, really different tracks. And this server alone has a whole slew of really awesome, really different tracks. So, man, I really can't get any faster, can I? I'll have to race this track a lot more. So if you're a racing fan, do it. I mean, for the most part, this track is boring. This is a very boring track, so I can understand why it has negative karma. There's really nothing to it. There are some really cool tracks out there that are just, they flip you around. I mean, the first track, the opening track, that track was an exciting track. This track, not so much. And you go to the outside of the track, you see the stadium, but you don't really see much else. It's very bland out here, and the track itself is boring. Normally when you get outside of the track, you can drive around, look around, you'll see all sorts of different parts of the track, and you never know what you're going to see in the track. It's actually pretty cool. This one's pretty boring. Alright, so I got 0 points for my finish because I just did not finish well enough. But if we go to the next track, we're putting this in at 15 minutes now. One more track I'll show. Hopefully this will be, and it does look like, an exciting track. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. This is an exciting track. This looks like it'll be a good track, although it has a lot of negative karma, so we'll see. Ah! Off the wall. Where do we go? Oh boy. Oh boy. Made it. I'm going really slowly here though. Ah, crap. Okay, so I can't afford to slow down at all. You have to be max speed through there. Fair enough. Oh, buddy. Oh, that was good enough speed. Oh my goodness. And away we go. Okay, short track. Definitely a short track. But it's an interesting track. The longer tracks are usually the more fun tracks. I'm gonna well, yeah, can't make it without the booster. I kind of want to just leave the server into the track because it's short, it's easy. We've already seen it. We've already got the score on there. The problem is I am in 5th right now. And if I finish this, I will get a ton of points, something I want to show off. The amount of points you can get for doing really well on a server that's above your level. This is definitely one of those situations. Okay, and around the corner. Oh, that was a little rough. That was a little rough. Lost a whole second, but I might have gained some time right there at that corner edge. Nope, I was down 2 seconds. Now I'm all the way back down in 11th. I mean, come on, I gotta be able to speed up my time somehow, right? Well, doing that is one of the ways. Cutting that corner. Oh, that was sweet. That was beautiful. Couldn't have been much better. I think I'm going to be slow here. I think I'm slow. Ah, just a little. That's okay. Alright, so I'm just going to go ahead and let this sit as it is. Actually, I'm not even on the board anymore. You know what? Let's go ahead. Oh my goodness. That was interesting. Let's go ahead, leave the server. I'll show you the rest of the game right now. So we go back to the, again, there's solo play. You can challenge yourself, beat your own records, and play increasingly difficult tracks that were pre-made by the team. Local plays it is just as it says, split screen, hot seat, and local network. And let's go into the editor, load up some maps. I made 4 maps, show you just the variety you can get inside of this game. Okay, so this is basically what the editor looks like. I may have had to cut out a little bit there because I've had to... these files are password protected, so I might have to hide the file. But you can pretty much create whatever you want to create in the game for a track. There's a ton of different ways to put stuff together. There's a ton of different track pieces. You know, each section has subsections, and each subsection has a bunch of different parts that you can just do whatever with. It's actually really cool. So let's go on to validate the track so you guys can kind of see what this track looks like. This is one of my favorite looking tracks, personally. I enjoy it. I enjoy driving it because it's just fun. To me, it's fun. Ah, already screwed up. Whatever, we're only gonna do one lap. Not the end of the world. You can kind of get the idea. I mean, this is a very dark track, but there's still enough light that you can kind of tell what's going on. But this was like one of my earliest tracks that I did. People liked it and didn't like it at the same time. Oh my goodness, that was too close. It requires a lot of throttle control, a lot of concentration. Oh, and some discipline to not overfire everything. But the thing I like about this track most, that's one lap right there. So this is a 3-lap track. What I like about this track the most is the fact that it overlaps so much in so many places. The track is built on itself, and you see that on a lot of tracks. That they have jumps and the sort that just completely overlap, and there are cars flying in front of you, around you, and that's one of my favorite things that you can get in Trackmania is because you can see all these other cars, you can create a track like this where you get, 20 people on this track, and I make this jump, but then there's a bunch of other people that are making the jump across the other way. There are people jumping over me as I go through that area. There are people jumping over me right here, and then I'm jumping over other people right there. To me, I think that's really cool, because you get to see cars everywhere. And that's partly why I love this track so much. Also because of the lighting. I mean, it's called Disco Power. And if you don't get the reference, you really should see what a disco ball does, because this kind of looks like what a disco ball does. Surprisingly enough, I could talk for 3 minutes. Oh, I almost didn't make that. And the track's done. Oh no, oh no. Sometimes there are tracks that require you to make those flounders like that in order to advance. So you have your little time there. But to show you some map variety, I will also show you Leap of Faith, my very first track. Okay, so this is Leap of Faith. As you can see right away, it's a lot busier than the last track. So why don't we validate to see what we can do here. So like I said, this is my very first track. You can see reverse for GPS. Actually, let's go ahead and do that, because whatever I do is not going to be nearly as good as the GPS. So you can create maps that my hands are off, and this is the GPS. This is me running through the track automatically. A previous run I had already done. And this is one of the fastest times available on this track. So the stadium's not just for show. You can actually drive on and around the stadium. There's a whole track outside the stadium you can drive on, if you can get outside. This was one of the ways. But as you can see, this track is very different from Disco Power. It's very different from some of the other tracks that we've already seen so far. Jumping over things, making more skillful jumps, managing uneven terrain, dirt, using the walls properly to set yourself up to jump onto the boosters, just like that, and avoiding that booster because there's a shortcut right in the middle of the track that people are liable to miss. Again, jumping over some more stuff, going from dirt to track, to grass, to track, and then going through a whole bunch of scenery. And of course, no track is complete without being able to go upside down. Banked corners, holes in the ground, flying through the air, and that's the finish right there, into the water. So we'll go ahead and return to the editor. You can see this track is immensely different from the rest of the track. I mean, we went underground, we went through the air, we did loop-de-loops, we did all sorts of stuff. And this was me playing with the editor, and really, it shows you how much you can really do with the editor. I mean, there was a whole bunch of different stuff that if you put different elements of this track into just like one track, so you have like only a banked track or a loop, or a track that uses a lot of loops, or an underground track, you can get some really cool stuff. This is just kind of a culmination of all of that put together. And honestly, it's my favorite track. Not just because it's my first one, but because it is so different. A lot of people don't necessarily agree, but it did receive some trophies, so you can paint your car if you want. If you don't want your nation's flag as the paint on your car, you can paint your car and make it something else. You can change your profile, but that's about it. You know, we leave out a stadium, you can see Canyon and Valley, two other versions of the Trackmania series. Each of them are separate games. Each of them cost, I believe, $20. And you can find that, again, the link below. I'll have the Steam link for Trackmania 2 Stadium. But the same people that made Trackmania are the same people that made Shootmania. And so they actually, Mania Planet recently put all this together into one area. So you can see they're going to have another title, but it's not here yet. We're not sure what the other title is going to be. At least, I'm not. You can buy stuff right here. It's their own store. But pretty much the only thing I care about is the play section. It's all I know about. So, yeah, this is basically Trackmania. It's one of my favorite games. That's all I gotta say. So as always, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time with another Take a Peek episode. I hope you guys enjoy Trackmania. You can also find the first one free. So if you want to try before you buy, check it out on Steam. It's definitely there, available for you.